I'm Sam, joined by my co-host Charlie,
I am Charlie.
and it's a different episode for us today,
Mm-hmm.
because we've been through like a whole rebrand, and we'll get into that really, before like we cover anything else, just because we want to say like why, and in case anyone's watching that isn't gonna like what's coming up, and then we just want to like give them like prior warning, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
So I guess the first question would be like what's going to change and then why.
Are we doing the rebrand talk before the Teacup or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just because I feel like it's more
Yeah,
important
yeah, that's fine.
to cover first.
Before we get into it, I just want to say it. I don't know why, but this podcast feels like ages since the last one. I don't know about you.
Yeah, no, I don't know
but
why.
It just feels like ages. But what's gonna change?
Oh, I'm really low. There you go.
Yeah. Okay. But I think it's just. I think when we started the podcast, we didn't intend for it to be no swearing, PG, family friendly, clean podcast. I think it just happened. I know after the first episode, you mentioned that your younger sisters, are going to be watching it, so we're going to cut out the swears. And I mentioned that there's some people that I know that are going to be watching that wouldn't exactly like foul language, so we cut it out. But I think just that simple thing, in my opinion, and for me anyway, that simple thing of cutting out the swear words meant that it felt like we couldn't talk about necessarily the stuff we wanted to and do the stuff we wanted to. I felt like we were building a reputation for ourselves of being completely family friendly and completely, you know, we don't swear, we don't do anything that could be seen as vulgar, we don't do anything that could be seen as not family friendly, and I think that kind of stops us possibly in the future, especially talking about stuff we wanted to talk about or doing stuff that we possibly wanted to do. I mean, just simple things like drinking. Like, is that something? I know we did it in the podcast on my birthday, but is that something that isn't family friendly? So we're not going to do in the podcast. You know, it's one of them.
I agree with you pretty much that like, well, it didn't like stop us talking about anything, but there certainly was like an aspect of like being careful of what we were saying like all the time, just in case we let one like slip.
Yeah.
And I know we did for the first few, and then you did in the last one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like it's just gonna give us like a lot more freedom to like, you know, talk how we wanna, and to also make the content that we want, and to include things in that. And I've had like a few ideas that they're definitely not right for kids. So
same. I mean, I know it's something I can say on this episode that won't give anything away, but that museum that me and Hat have spoken about, like, that is definitely not for kids, but it would be such an interesting thing to visit and document. So it's just like, you know, I think like if we were going to carry on how we were doing it in the first few podcasts, that definitely wouldn't have been a video that would have made it to here, like, purely because of the stuff that's in that museum. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
So yeah, that's one aspect of it. Like being more free and stuff. And I think that's pretty much the whole thing. So I don't know why I said it like that. So what's changing? Honestly, probably not that much. We'll just probably be a bit more like explicit,
Yeah.
and that's about it.
Yeah.
I really can't think of anything that's like going to hugely change.
No.
We're just going to be a bit more like fast and loose, really. A bit more ourselves.
I think that's the thing. I think it's like in the first 7 episodes, we censored ourselves. Just because we're not gonna censor ourselves doesn't mean that you're gonna hear foul language at every sentence. Like, the way me and Sam were talking in the first 7 episodes, I don't know about you, but it's just how I talk, and like,
Yeah.
I'm not a big swearer. I'm not someone that swears all the time, but as seen in like the last episode, sometimes it just slips out. And if I do get kind of like passionate about something, there will be time. See, I'm saying passionate because I don't want it to be like every time I get angry at something I swear, because it's like sometimes I'll get really like into something and something that I love, like films. I'll swear about them because they're great, and I don't think anything's really gonna change. Like I said, I think it is just gonna be a bit more loose, and we just say what we want, basically.
Yeah, I'm the complete same. I don't really like curse too much.
Yeah.
Now I was thinking actually, like for the past few days, like is that much really gonna change? Am I gonna have to like turn myself up? But nah, I'm just gonna, we're just gonna be us. But like, don't be like shocked or surprised if like you hear a curse word basically from now on.
Yeah.
So yeah, if there's anyone that like, shouldn't be hearing curse words, then we like completely understand you like clicking off and stuff. But yeah, I think that's covered everything. One other thing though, I've just thought of monetization. Don't really care about it this early on, if we're honest, because there's like a whole criteria that you have to meet in the first place, even like before you're eligible, and even then, like I don't think that a few curse words is gonna stop that. Like I know YouTube's very like advertiser friendly. But I've seen like crazy stuff get advertised on, which is obviously like what the whole apocalypse happened. But I've seen stuff a lot worse than anything that like will do.
See, same.
Have ads.
Like I'm a complete like nerd for that sort of stuff, like technical stuff. But I've looked into the algorithm and the monetization aspects, and like all the time you hear YouTubers say, "Oh yeah, we want the good ads." And it's like, okay, so there's good ads and there's bad ads. And it's just like, literally depending on how advertiser friendly your content is, depends on what sort of ads you get. And it's just simple things like that. So like all the family friendly stuff that gets all the best ads, they're more like the ads that pop up at the bottom of your screen that you can just click X on. Because it's usually like well-known companies that do that, and it means that there's still audience retention because the video isn't broken up by like an actual advert playing. But yeah, that's just nerdy Charlie looking into advertisement. But it's one of them.
So yeah, like I said, if someone's not supposed to hear curse words, we get you clicking off. But with that being said, fuck shit, Susan Wojcicki's vagina fell off.
I was literally gonna be like, if people aren't meant to be listening to swear words, then I think they need to fuck off right about now. Like, yeah, just get out, fuck off. I'm glad, like, that was good pronunciation from you as well, by the way, like, for a name.
What, with Wojcicki?
Yeah.
It's fucking Polish or something, I don't know. But we'll start, as we always do, minus this episode and the first couple, with our weekly Teacup, where we just talk about like what we've been up to in the last week. Like friends do, we just kind of shoot the shit and say what we've been up to. So I know it's been pretty uneventful weeks for us both. So I don't know who has the unenviable job of going first. I'm not sure.
I mean, I went first last week, so if you want to go first, go for it.
Oh boy. Okay, let me think. Ooh, fuck. Okay. I played Fortnite.
Fair enough.
I really don't want to say that's it.
But
That might have been it. Oh fuck. Yeah, no, that's it. Literally.
good.
I've not done anything like podcast wise that I can like plug. That's everything. Ashamedly.
I mean, fair enough.
If I think of anything, I'll bring it up. But yeah, that's all I can think right now.
For me, this week I haven't played much Fortnite, and I think it's just because I am 10 days away from my. I'm gonna fact check this. Canada. Yeah, I am 10 days away from my final hand-in for uni. So I've kind of just been grinding out some uni work. A lot of it's just paperwork at the moment. There's like a video that I'm editing, and that's done basically. It's like, well, it is done by the time the podcast goes out. Yeah, it's just the final push really.
Is that the climate change thing you're
is.
you're on about before to me?
It is, yeah.
Do you want to talk a bit about that? Because I know that the viewers might be interested in something you wanted to do.
Yeah, cool. So basically, for my uni, my year is the first year where we don't have to do a dissertation and a final major project. We get to choose either one. So,
Shit.
being the same person that I am, I picked to do a final major project over writing a dissertation. And my group and I, we wanted to make something about being more sustainable in Birmingham. So we were going to create a social media campaign which was accompanied by a website and a 20 to 30 minute documentary. The timing's kind of changed. I think we were aiming first at 15 to 20, and then I think we thought maybe 20 to 30, but it was going to be around 20 minutes, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, so we were doing a documentary, a social media campaign, a website, and we had a photography campaign running alongside it, which was like showcase on the website and the social media campaign. My job was director of photography. Because of the whole climate right now with the Corona flu, all of it got cancelled.
Bro, fuck it, coronavirus.
Coronavirus.
I can say that now as well.
Coronavirus.
Hallelujah. Coronavirus, COVID-19, 2021.
Yeah. So because of that, like, I worked in the equipment room in uni, and I remember getting a message off one of my friends that worked there saying that Highs and Loans, the equipment place, are going to stop handing out microphones. And like I think like when I read that message, like everything just like stood still, everything just stopped. Because I was like, how are we meant to record anything without microphones? Because we were doing a documentary. It involved speaking to people. It involved our presenter speaking. We needed microphones, and it wasn't like they were getting rid of the stick microphones, the reporter microphones, or the shotgun microphones. They were taking the microphones off the cameras. Like, there was no microphones. And then it got said that the equipment room might shut down, and then obviously uni shut down. So our documentary, because we didn't have enough filmed, because the bulk of our contributors we were going to film after uni got shut down. Like, we just had to kind of cancel the documentary. A lot of the videos we have filmed are going onto our social media, and my role basically was kind of like shut down because a lot of the stuff I was meant to be directing, I couldn't direct because we couldn't film it. But, you know, we live and we learn. We're still aiming for that first, and we're going to smash it.
For anyone that's curious about why the microphones are banned, because I definitely was, it's pretty simple really. Like, you put your mouth on a microphone, and obviously with coronavirus, I don't know why I'm saying it like Cardi B, it's just stuck in my head. With coronavirus, obviously mouth on things, not good.
Yeah.
Stay inside, bitch.
They are. It did confuse a lot of people, because a lot of people, like, you know, if they're going to ban microphones, why don't they ban everything? Because, like, you know, people are going to be touching cameras and touching lenses and stuff like that. But it's easier to protect that and sanitize that, because if someone's wearing gloves, they can operate a camera. But if you're speaking into a microphone, like, you know, it's one of them, and then you can't exactly like sanitize a microphone the best, because you don't want to damage the internal parts of it. But yeah, so final push for that project. What else have I done this week?
You didn't mention what you were thinking of doing for the project.
Oh yeah. See, I didn't mention it because I don't know if it's gonna go through.
No, you can still, like, you know, throw it out there. Might as well.
No, I think I'll mention it if it goes ahead. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll mention it if it goes ahead.
Is that what that What Away stuff was, by the way?
Yeah, that's what it is. Our project's called.
Yeah, I was curious what that actually was.
Our project is titled Water Waste Birmingham because
Mm-hmm.
obviously, like I said, we're all about being more sustainable, and
You're gonna plug the Instagram?
yeah, I'm gonna make sure I get everything right because it is pretty simple. But yeah, the Instagram, if you want to go give it a like, a follow, is Water Waste Birmingham. Our website can be found there. It is www.waterwastebirmingham.com. You know, there's a lot going on. There's a lot that we're going to be bringing out in the next few days as well, the next week or so. Because like I said, it is our final push. And, you know, we've all worked really hard on this. Every member of the team has. You know, I can't begin to praise how much like work people have put into this, especially considering like we've been set back so much. Like there's groups out there that basically had all of their stuff already done, all their filming done, and we just got set behind because of our contributors. But you know, still gonna smash it out, still gonna get a first. But
That's the plan. That's the goal.
The rest of this week, I played a little bit of Fortnite, a little bit with you. Road to level 100. That is it. Hey,
I won't mention that I'm like level 130 something, 133,
True.
something like that. I'm an overachiever.
At the rate of sound like a broken record, it's just been the same as the weeks before, where I've just been applying for jobs as well. You know, it's one of those things that the job that I did apply for, the one with the animation, they were meant to get back to me last week, but there's been so much going on that they haven't been able to. I dropped them an email. Anyone that has done anything for jobs as well, and they said they're going to get back to you, and they haven't got back to you, don't be afraid to do a little follow-up email, because it just shows that you're, you know, intrigued and about the job, and you're wanting to get the job. You're proactive because you're actually reaching out to them. But they said that they are going to get back to me hopefully next week. So
That's not too bad.
it's not too bad. On the job front, I did just apply for a job at the RAF. Wow, I didn't. I've expressed interest because of a website of false advertising. Because one of the websites that I look for jobs on, they said that the RAF were hiring, went onto the website, and they said that the position isn't open yet, and we need to express interest in it. But I have expressed interest in a job in the RAF.
Little asterisk.
It's a photography job.
You're not going to be like a pilot.
No. You know what?
or anything.
I it's something that's crossed my mind. You know, I'd love to be a pilot.
Yeah, no, I'm too much of a pussy for anything like army or navy or anything.
I'd love to. I remember one of my friends in uni, one of their friends went to be a pilot in the RAF, and there's like obviously exams and tests you have to do, and he showed me the paper that showed like his results for all his exams, and the one thing that he needed to get, because it's like there's like red, orange, green, I presume, because everything was green and then one of the things was orange, and like the one thing that he needed to make sure that he passed, he got just below, which meant he couldn't be a pilot.
Oof.
Yeah, but like obviously my granddad flew Spitfires. He was part of the RAF. I'd love to, because it's a photography role, but I still have to do like a fitness test for it. I still have to be so I have to do a fitness, and you know I'm gonna put up because I'm pretty sure I've still got it on my laptop. Yeah, I have to. Excuse me. Pass a fitness test and pass the airman selection test, and I need to meet.
And be 5'9". I'm mean.
I'm 6 foot. I'm 6 foot. I'm
Bro, if you're 6 foot, I'm 7 foot.
I'm 6 foot. Well, we know someone that's 5'9" who isn't 5'9". Remember that.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
But yeah, I need to meet a health and fitness criteria, pass the airman selection test, and pass a fitness test. So, skip and seek. I'm taking his advice.
Bro, he's been doing bits, man.
He has. I've been starting skip.
Because I know we've spoken about it, but not on the podcast. Like, he's been on Good Morning Britain doing, like, headstands and shit. And then I know he's been doing, like, live streams with Mrs. Skip and Seek, which is pretty sick.
I've been skipping again, actually, after my injury for my knees. But I've been starting again, getting back into it, and I absolutely love it.
I'm curious, actually, because it's not something that we've spoken about, and it's been a couple of weeks. Did you have any, like, response to the episode?
What do you mean?
The Skip and Seek one?
What do you mean response?
Like, from, like, your family and shit?
Oh, yeah. I want to say loads, but, like, one of my aunts commented on the link that I put on Facebook. A load of my family watched it and said that they loved it. Like, my mum said she loved it, because I went to speak to her through the porch door, not long after it had come out. I think it was the day after it came out, and she was like, you know what, I'm halfway through it, I love it. But yeah, good response, to be honest.
I don't think anyone that I know doesn't watch the podcast has seen it. So I know a few people that do watch it. Hold tight, demanding. But yeah, nothing like in the wider circle. Just like people liking the posts and stuff, really, which is still really cool. But I'm still proud of it.
I'm very
good
proud
fucking
of it.
interview. That was something I wanted to cover actually earlier that I forgot to with the rebrand. I know I'll be speaking for you saying this, so don't be like scared or anything. But I know that Charlie and I defo still want to do like interviews and stuff, and if like, you know, if we do interview someone, I think it'll be a lot. You know, we'll still be like respectful and stuff. That's not gonna change. But yeah, we still want to interview people and shit, even if we are like swearing and stuff now and like rebranding, because I really love the interviews and like getting people out there and stuff.
Same, honestly. You know, I'd love to. I love interview. I've always said from the start, like, you know, the reason why I approached you to start the podcast is because I know we bounce off each other in terms of what we're speaking about and stuff like that. And it's the same with interviews. I love having someone there that we can, you know, bounce off and have banter with. And I think the rebrand opens us up to opportunities to do interviews in a different way. Like our sign off always on our interviews is a piece of advice or a statement that they can give to the audience. I love that. I think we should still keep it. But I know that Jack Mate's podcast, his question always is, what's your go-to meal deal? And I'd love to ask stupid stuff like that. Like, but yeah, you know, I encourage as many people as possible. If you got a story to tell, if you want to jump on the podcast and tell us about something that's happened in your life, come through. Like, we want to know and we want to share it with the world. And my camera is on 26. Yeah, 26. Okay, that's fine. Oh, I forgot to turn that off.
See, the thing I think people are a bit shy about, I know we don't have like a huge audience right now, but I think a lot of people are like downplaying how much they've like been through. So like, we're more than happy to like receive a DM saying like, I am X and this is my story. That's like, you know, that's cool. And it you know, if it's a cool story, then we'll happily like have you on and like have you talk about it and stuff. So like, yeah, don't be afraid to like pop us up and even like nominate yourself for an interview. That's totally fine. But yeah, no, interviews still gonna stick around.
Yeah.
Because I fucking love them, man. Just learning shit about people. It's real satisfying.
So I've just had an interview come through from the RAF. Okay, yeah.
Here's me saying I don't really curse, and I've cursed like 20
I was
times
thinking,
so far.
the other thing I was thinking is when you were saying cool story, all I could think about is going back to like 20. I want to say 20.
Cool story,
yeah,
bro.
2013, 2012, just like cool story, bro. Tell it again. Oh, I can't remember. There were so many people that had a jumper with that on, and it was the Toy Story logo, but instead of saying Toy Story, it said cool story, bro.
Oh my god.
Oh,
That's fucking
other thing I've done this
lame.
week, I am designated quizmaster for this week, and Sam is partaking in a quiz run by me, and it's gonna be great.
Which I'm gonna win, but you know.
To be fair, I've made this quiz because like, as much as I wanted to be like a dick with it and be like really hard questions that no one's gonna.
What's Charlie's favourite
Yeah.
colour?
Like, well, to be fair, you probably get that.
Yeah, it's Kobe Bryant.
Exactly. But as much as I wanted like really hard questions, I was like, nah, I know how crap it is when you're in a quiz and you just don't know anything. So I was like, I've made some harder questions, but they're not the hardest. And what I've said to Hat, what I'm gonna say to everyone, because she's gonna make a group chat for the people that are gonna be doing the quiz, is I've written the quiz. So if you're unsure about an answer, just remember I've written the quiz. It might be something related to me, might be something I've said. Also, I've said to Hat that some of the questions that seem a bit hard, I've said the answer to them multiple times to everyone. Like, you know, if you
Bro, now I'm scared.
if you listen to me, then you'll know the answer.
But I don't.
There's one question which I know no one's gonna get. No one's gonna get. It's just pointless trivia that I know, and I just thought, yeah, I'll whack it in there.
What's Stormzy's first name?
For context, that was a question that came on the virtual pub quiz that Sam got wrong.
Bro, his name's Sean. Okay. If he wants to lie and say that his name's Mike, that's fine, but his name's Sean.
Speaking of Shauns, there is a question about Shaun of the Dead on the quiz.
Oh, man.
The categories for the quiz, by the way, are Disney, because Hat said I had to include a Disney round. Music, film and TV, geography, and general knowledge.
Oh, geography, bro. I'm gonna smash that.
My camera's just started recording, so thanks, Sam. Thanks.
Oh. I'm dancing. So I'm kind of relaxed, so I don't really want to move.
It's okay, I'm back recording.
Oh, no, I shouldn't do that.
What?
That's going to get manipulated. I was doing a gesture with my arm that looked a bit phallic. Great, now draw people's attention to it. Yeah, no, I've legit not been up to anything. But I have had an idea for content that I can make by myself.
Oh, go for it.
Because I was telling you about like how, like, you know, obviously I'm interested in gaming and that, but like there's nothing that like really takes my interest. But I think what I'm gonna do, and I've seen quite a few videos like it, so I'm gonna play a video game, and I'll do like a whole playthrough of like the story, but I'll just like you know, like YouTube poop.
Yeah.
You know what that is?
Yeah.
When like you just put a bunch of memes and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just do that. So like you know, it's a playthrough, but it's funny.
Fair enough.
And not because of me. But yeah, that'll make my editing and stuff get good as well. So
If you need a hand with any editing stuff, I got you. Also, YouTube holds all the answers.
well, I might be planning on going sicko mode, like daily upload, which is a bit mad. Especially for someone that's not made YouTube videos in like 3 years.
I've just remembered something actually that I saw this week that I can tell you.
I hope it's not one of my YouTube videos.
No. So obviously I've been scouring the depths of every job website, looking for jobs, and there is just YouTube jobs on Indeed.
I mean, I've seen a couple, like host and stuff.
Yeah, I've seen a few, because I applied for a job for a YouTube channel. I can't remember what the YouTube channel was called, but I got turned down for it. But I've seen one of them, and someone's put up 2 jobs, and one of them's about like being their social media manager, and another one's about something else. And then I saw another one about being a host for one of them, and it was like, you need your own equipment, you need to be in a suit and a tie, and you need to make sure there's not filmed in your bedroom or your kitchen. And I was like, fair enough, okay.
Bro, what was that one that you saw before that was like, we need a cameraman, but the cameraman needs to be an actor and have a female actress?
Yeah, so that that was on a website that's purely for production jobs. And I'm not going to name and shame the company because I wouldn't mind working for them one day. But
even though they're fucking stupid.
There was a job application that it looked like something that I was really interested in, because I'd love to be a camera operator and I'd love to be a director of photography, and this job application was literally for DOP/camera operator. And I was like, sweet. So I looked at it and it said that you needed to have your own equipment, which is like fair enough. Because it was going to be remote filming, because I think it was for like a trailer or something, and they said that one of the requirements is you had to live with an actress, and the actress and there was like there was a brief.
Oh yeah, they needed comedy experience. Yeah. That was another.
There was a brief for what the actress needed to look like and sound like. I think. There was like accents that the actress needed to do, and it was like, in a lot of job applications it has like requirements and then it has like benefits. So like, if you can do this or you have this, then like, extra brownie points for you. And like, one of the benefits was if you can act, even better. So basically they didn't want a camera operator or DOP. They wanted someone with a camera who could act, who lived with an actress, like, because the way that it was set out was that the director was going to like call you on Zoom or Skype, tell you how they want the shot set out. You show them how the shot is set out on like the camera screen, and then action, basically. So, yeah, see, this is the problem though. That isn't the worst job application I've ever seen. I've seen so much worse. I saw one, and it's one that I told everyone about. When I was in first year uni, I was looking at jobs for like camera operators and stuff like that, and there was one that jumped out at me, which was a camera op for a production company. I thought, and it said like in the title that they wanted someone like young and full of ideas, and I was like, I'm first year uni, I'm young and full of ideas. I went on to
young, dumb, and full of good ideas.
I went on to it, and it said that they wanted someone young, and in brackets it said like someone in uni or a recent graduate. So bearing in mind that will be someone that's between the ages of 18 and possibly, I think the max would be like 22, if they're saying like recent graduate, so they might mean like a year after graduating. So they wanted someone that was in uni or a recent graduate, but had something like 6 years experience or 7 years experience.
What?
But like, not experience like.
But you can't have experience unless you started uni late.
This is the thing.
But uni gets you experience.
They didn't want like experience like behind the camera or stuff. They wanted professional experience as well. So it's like an 18-year-old. I'm pretty sure it says 6 years experience. So how are they expecting someone who's 18 to have 6 years industry experience when you can't start legally working until you're 16?
Jojo Siwa.
Bro, on it.
They want her.
Bro, but this is the thing.
She's been working since she was like 6.
I'm pretty sure.
Be blessed.
I emailed them about it and asked if it was like a typo, and I got the response that it wasn't a typo. That's what they wanted. And I was like, bro, what? Like,
they legit must have just wanted someone older then. That like has been to uni. Like, I'll be a boomer if I ever go back to uni.
Well, speaking
22.
Boomers going back to uni. Hat got into uni.
Oh yeah, she's older than me, so boomer plus.
She got into uni, and she got onto the course that she wanted to as well, which is we're all gassed for, like, because.
What is it again?
So she wants to be a nurse, so she applied for nursing degrees, and when she was in college she did bakery, so nothing health and social related, and what the unis were saying was she needed level 3 health and social care to be able to go to do nursing. So what one of the unis did, I can't remember what uni it was, but they accepted it onto uni, but not onto the nursing degree, onto the health and social degree. And they said that
wasn't it UCB?
It was UCB.
Yeah.
And they said that there was the possibility that after the first year she'd be able to change over to the nursing course, and like she didn't want to risk it, so she was looking at college courses. So there's a course there's courses run called Access to Higher Education, which basically gives you the credits in certain areas so you can go and do your degree. But
like a foundation
yeah,
year?
Yeah.
So that other one sounds like a foundation year, but shit.
it
So either you get onto the course, or you just stick with the course you don't want to do.
Exactly. But she applied for Uni of Wolverhampton to do nursing. She got rejected from nursing, that course, but got accepted onto their foundation year nursing, because when she applied, there wasn't a foundation year. The day after she applied, they introduced the foundation year course. Oh. So they said, we're not going to let you onto the nursing course. We're going to put you onto the foundation nursing. And she's buzzing. Like, she's proper happy. Because it means that she doesn't have to go to college to go to uni. She can just go straight into uni.
What I don't get is that I've been rejected by foundation courses when it's literally for people that don't have the grades to get straight on the course. Like,
it's one of those, like, unis can be really particular, because I think, like, excuse me, if I was going to do an accountancy course, they could turn me away purely for the grade that I got at GCSE Maths, to get onto like a foundation degree, because I didn't do anything A-level maths related either. So it's like, let's say I wanted to be training accountant and I went to do a foundation degree in accountancy. If they saw that I didn't get like an A or a B or an A star in maths at GCSE, they might be like, nah, this isn't for you. I think the ones that get me are the creative courses, because the biggest problem with uni courses is the whole like Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science and stuff like that. Like, I remember seeing someone tweet, it was one of my friends who's a couple of years older than me, and he was like, anyone saying that Bachelor of Science is harder than Bachelor of Arts is wrong. And it's purely for the facts of how subjective it is. Because
yeah, no, we spoke about this after the podcast, and we know someone in they were like in the year above when we were at sixth form, so we were in year 12, they were in year 13. So when they were in year 12, they made like a creative piece, and basically he added like a glitch effect into his like work, and basically the person who like graded his piece was like, that's a technical error, even though like in the footnotes it was like, this is meant to be here. So yeah, no, it's subjective, but also you do get really stupid people.
Yeah, because
that grade you.
The way that it's marked is we have an internal marker and an external marker. It gets marked around 3 times, and it's like, it can even go down to if the person's in a bad mood or not. Because if an external marker's in a bad mood, they're going to be like, oh yeah, don't like this, don't like this. If they're in a good mood, they're like, oh yeah, this is good, this is good.
That's why you need male markers. Because you catch a female on that one time a month, game over, you're done.
I think, like...
Oh, I just said female, I don't like that, I feel dirty.
The female.
Don't ever trust someone that says female, by the way. Life advice. They say women, normal people. They say female, run.
What? They say female.
Look at all these females.
What about female?
That's just stupid.
But, yeah, it's like so subjective, and that's why it can be so subjective about you getting onto a foundation degree in something creative, because it's like, yeah, we've got exams there, but if you have a bad exam day, that's not your fault. You're not... Like, I didn't go to uni to write, I went to uni to make stuff. So I'm pretty sure I got like a A or B in my coursework for media, and I got a C in the exam, and I averaged out to a C. And I was like, really, I was down about it, but then the more I thought about it, I was like, I got a really high grade in my production, And that's what I'm going to uni to do. I'm not going to uni to sit exams and write. I'm not going to uni to be a researcher. So I don't really care about that. But it's just like, if someone looks at your work and they're like, nah, don't really like that, they don't let you in. But then there could be someone else that looks at your work and be like, oh yeah, I really like that, and you get in on the foundation degree. It's crazy.
See, I've been rejected for uni courses in creative stuff. Because I had an interview at BCU for drama. You know about this. BCU Charlie's uni, by the way. So half represent, half fuck 'em because they rejected me. But they had good reason, to be fair. I'll get into that. So basically, I had my interview there, and because it's drama, there's like an audition bit as well. So it was the audition and then the interview. And in the audition, they gave us a prop. They gave us like 2 minutes and said like create something, like create a piece of drama around this like object. So yeah, we did, and I thought our piece had ended. So I kind of like laughed to break the tension. It wasn't over. I just bust out laughing halfway through my performance. But it was one of those like nasally ones though, and like I was meant to be upset, so I'm hoping that I played it off like it was crying, because you know those ones that like it was one of those. So I'm hoping they're like, oh yeah, she's blowing his nose, it's fine. A bit of a bad impression.
So no, actually I'll let you finish, because I remember your other audition that I went with. I want to speak about that.
Oh, that was sick. But yeah, I had the interview afterwards, and like because I wear my heart like well and truly on my sleeve, I don't like have any reservations. So the guy asked me like, how do you think it went? I said to him straight up like, I think I could have done better. Like just judging my performance today, I don't, I think I'm capable of more. And then I think he took that as like I was judging like the whole room, so it was like, oh, so you were judging everyone else as well, and I was like, no, just me, because I'm like hyper focused on like how well I'm doing and stuff. So I hope I recovered from that. But long story short, they rejected me. Surprise, surprise. God, that it was real fucking strange, man. But the other interview, if you want to talk about that,
so
I thought it went real well.
Sam had another interview at another university called Newman, and
I was gonna ask you that because I really couldn't remember.
Yeah, Newman. And I took Sam to that interview. I went with him and
yeah, it sounds like you drove me or something. We on a bus.
I helped him get there because Sam and buses don't mix. So
yeah, no, I'm dyslexic when it comes to buses.
Charlie helped Sam get to Newman. I'm gonna double check this. Actually, it isn't. But it might have been actually. Yeah. So my first panorama picture that I took on this phone, on my iPhone, is of when we went to that lake and there's just you with hair all over your face. But yeah, but I took.
What lake?
Huh?
I don't remember no lake.
When we were walking, it wasn't a was it a lake? It was a lake, yeah.
Bro, I can't remember yesterday, let alone 3 years ago, 2 years ago. When was it? 1 year ago?
But yeah, so when me and Sam went there, like, you smashed that interview, but I was audition rather. So I went with Sam, and I walked around the uni with him. And I went in.
Small uni, man.
It's a tiny
real
uni.
Small.
But I went in with him for his audition because they're like, you can go with him. I was like, all right, cool. So I went in with Sam, and I sat there and I watched him do his audition, and part of me was really proud, and part of me just wanted to burst out laughing because I haven't seen you like act in years. Like,
yeah, no, it was real strange for me as well. I had some like serious like stage rust. Because the last time I would have acted acted properly would have been when I was 18. I've done like a little thing for Ed that never got released, but that's probably for the best because it wasn't Next question. But yeah, no, I was real rusty then. I hated it.
You smashed it though.
See, that's another example though where I'm like, I don't want to be like, oh, I'm too much of a perfectionist. Like, woe is me. But yeah, no, I've done that piece before because it was a piece that I'd written for my year 13 exam. And I knocked it out of the park then. And it'd been like 3 years since I looked at it, and then I did it again. But yeah, no, I thought it went well. They accepted me, and then I was like, you know what? I don't want to go uni. What am I doing? So yeah, I took a gap year, tried to get a job.
Tried to find yourself. Went to
Still
Thailand
trying
to find yourself.
Oh, no, not Thailand.
Went to Bali to find
They're
yourself.
women of penises.
You said it.
I went to the Sahara Desert.
You said it wrong as well, bro. You didn't go on your gap year. You went on your gap year. You got on your gap year.
I've never
Yeah,
heard
you're
that.
not. Oh, the gap year.
God, me and uni, man.
It's a love-hate relationship. You love
Yeah.
to hate uni.
But my passion isn't like acting. So I was going on to drama. I think I spoke about this in the interview last week, actually. So I went on to drama so that I could do teaching, because basically I don't know how it is anywhere else. But to do teaching in England, you need a subject degree that's taught in schools, and then you can like do an extra year to like qualify to be a teacher. So I was using drama as a subject, and then for the 4th year I was gonna like qualify to be a teacher, and that's how I was gonna do it, as opposed to what I was doing before, which is the reason I dropped out last time, which was education studies. And that would have restricted me to only primary school, and I don't know if I felt with that. So
completely off topic, but I can just see it in the audio track. Excuse me. Got hiccups today. I've just reached to grab my water, and my shoulder just clicked, and you can just see the click in the audio.
Oh, you crunched.
But I was going to speak to you about that actually. You said that your passion isn't acting.
Yeah. You did want to talk about
that's
this.
changed. Over the past couple years, because I remember speaking to you when you were thinking about changing, and going through the process of changing your degree, and I remember
that was to drama as well back then, but that's just because I'm better at drama, like performing, than I am at like producing music.
But
but I will let you do your transition.
Yeah, I remember you. I just remember this conversation we had. And I remember saying to you like, "What's the plan with drama?" And you said that ideally you'd want to go into acting, but teaching was also up there because of how passionate you were about it. But I know that, like I said earlier, that's changed now in terms of passions. And yeah, you mentioned it briefly a couple of times in a couple of episodes actually. Well, I want to talk to you about music. Like,
God, no, I'm being interviewed. Exciting.
Where did I know we said that this was going to be like we didn't have much to talk about this episode, but where did all that my first I'm gonna get all formal now, interviewing Sam. So
we didn't write questions for this. We should have.
Off the cuff. So I'm here with Sam Jahan today.
I am Sam.
I want to ask you firstly. Well, first, thanks for being on the podcast. But I want to ask you firstly.
Thanks for having me.
What got you into music? No, actually, what's your earliest memory of music? Whether that's listening or singing or writing. What's your earliest memory to do with music?
That would be, like, just it playing in my house basically. Because I was always one of those kids. See, well, it wasn't even like for clout or anything, but I was always just like, oh yeah, I don't like music. It's just music ain't good. And I was like that for like years, probably until like probably until I was about 14, 15. But I've always kind of felt like my voice is like decent and that I'm like a competent singer. And like I've always just like sang to myself. And the first time that I ever sang in front of anybody, really, would have been like when we used to get together and drink and stuff. And I think the rule for me was always like 10 shots, and that's when I was saying, because that's when I'd be drunk enough to like, you know, go sicko mode. So yeah, the first time I ever sang in front of anyone ever, pretty much, was when we get drunk. And the first time I ever sang in front of anyone sober was that first time that we went to the studio, which is why I was so nervous, and it took me like an hour and a half to start actually like singing.
Give him.
And then in the last like 10 minutes, I went ham.
Giving some people some context to that. Sam had mentioned singing to me previously about wanting to like pursue it a little bit more. And I like Sam said, I've heard him sing when he was drunk, and I thought like, you know, he's alright, you know, he's alright. So I said to him, boom, why don't we go to a local studio and just like mess about a little bit? And Sam was a bit and ahhing, and I was like, bro, you know, I'll go with you. What's the worst that can happen? And then he was like, you know what, fuck it, yeah, let's do it. Planned it, organised it, went. We had a 2-hour session. 2 hours before we added the extra.
3.
Was it 2 before we added the extra hour?
Did we add an extra hour the first time?
I'm pretty sure we did, because I'm pretty sure in the last...
Then yeah, it would have been 2,
so
then the extra hour, because I'm pretty sure it went 3 hours.
We had a 2-hour session, and Sam just... He weren't doing nothing. So I could tell you were nervous, but I don't think it was like nervous, like bad nerves. I think it was good nerves. I think you just needed a bit of hyping up. And
see, what it was is that we'd start playing a track, and then it'd be like, alright, this is the one, and the music would come on, and like the singing would start, and I'd just be like, and I just wouldn't do anything.
I'm not a singer. I've never claimed to be, or I've never tried. Well, I can't say I've never tried it. I've sung with you actually, but
yeah, we had that warm up song.
I'm
But that is, I'll expand on that a little. That's how you got me singing for the first time. We sang together.
Yeah.
And then we gradually worked it down to like, we sang together, then your volume got turned down. That's what I was
getting to, yeah.
Then you left the mic entirely. Yeah. Then there was just me. And I think I did the same thing where I just like didn't do anything. And then I started. And then like I said, in the last 10 minutes, I like, you know, added a bit of sugar on it, a bit of pizzazz. And then I know this is a memory that stuck with you, but like Charlie like heard me like having fun with it. He ran up to me. I'll demonstrate with the camera, and he was like, "We're gonna be famous."
Oh yeah, because that's what I was getting to. I was gonna say like, Sam just wasn't singing. I'd put on the track, so we'd get to the singing part, and he'd go to say like the first line and be like, "Fuck, nah." And then I was like, bro, what if I sing with you? And he was like, can we turn my mic down? And I was just like, you know, fuck it, fine. So I turned Sam's mic off, basically. It was a little bit on, but it was off. And mine was up. So you could hear my awful singing, but you couldn't hear Sam. And then I slowly started to turn up, and I remember the looks you'd give me, because you could start hearing yourself through the speakers, and you're like, bro, turn it down.
Oh yeah, it was a lot.
And then, like Sam said, eventually, it got from me being on full volume and Sam being on 0 to 50-50 to me being on 0 and Sam being on full volume. But, excuse me, I was still up there. And then, like Sam said, eventually I left the mic. And I remember being sat on the floor, and that's when Sam put a little bit of zazz on it, and I ran up to him and I was like, we're going to be famous. Yeah, my next question to you is
yeah, I've answered quite a few. I'm sure you would have.
Yeah,
but I did talk quite a bit.
My next question to you is, So obviously, we've mentioned the studio quite a bit.
Oh,
I'm
boy.
not. I'm gonna save that story for another episode. I think that'll be a good. Yeah.
Okay.
But we've mentioned the studio quite a bit.
And Studio Drunk.
Yeah.
You've mentioned that as well.
Do you think you'd ever? Me and Hat watch Inside Number 9, and there's the episode where they're in the karaoke room, and
Oh,
I
no.
said to Hat, I'd never do karaoke. Like, I couldn't unless it was with you. But not karaoke. Would you ever branch out into pubs and clubs and do little karaoke's or little gigs there, or would it purely
Not
be
pubs, I don't think.
okay? Would it purely be like
Open mics is something else,
Yeah.
but pubs and stuff. See, my mum used to do that
Yeah.
actually. She'd like go into like karaoke and stuff. She was in a tournament once actually. She came second, which I was disgusted with because like she's really
She is.
good.
I can vouch for that.
So how she came second?
Debs, if you're watching, you got a beautiful voice. Debs' voice. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Honestly, bro, I've heard your mom singing when we've been on Skype, and I'm like, bro, turn her up.
And I'm like, Mom, stop.
But what about? So would you purely be studio, record a song, release the song on YouTube or iTunes or wherever it goes, or would you branch out into something like busking or open mics?
Busking, no. Open mics, yeah. I don't know. Busking is like live Twitch streaming.
Yeah.
Like in person. So yeah, I don't know about that. It's a bit strange.
Another question I've got for you. Is there an artist that you take a huge amount of inspiration from over any other artist, like just one?
I mean, we've spoken about this before with like the what's English? That's all, folks. With the like Childish Gambino, Dave Grohl types that can like Jared Leto that can like do a bunch. Just them really, because I don't want to be like boxed in to like doing anything. Like I want to act, I want to make music, I want to do other things, YouTube, streaming. Like I don't want to just be one thing.
Yeah.
But that being said, there are some people that should definitely stick to their day job.
Like,
see, I did say that shade, but I don't know who towards. Yoko Ono has released some stuff lately,
really?
and I feel like she should have just kind of like retired.
Oh, my camera stopped recording. Carry on talking while I turn my camera back on.
Oh, okay. Who can I dish tea on? I can't think of anyone now. Fuck. Actors that can't sing or singers that can't act.
I know someone you threw shade at the other night, actually.
Who was that?
Popular YouTuber. Think about it, bro.
KSI. Oh. He's alright.
Are you just saying that because this is going to YouTube?
No. I mean, he's alright. It's not for me, really. But there is like a stigma around like YouTubers that make music. Like I feel like if you say like, oh yeah, I like this YouTuber that makes music, people are like, he's a YouTuber though. Like, listen to real musicians. But then you look at someone like Joji, aka Filthy Frank. Who's I'd like to say it's just like shut everyone up, pretty much.
I remember when Justin Bieber became popular, and he became popular from YouTube videos of him singing. So, whenever people do say like YouTubers are YouTubers, singers are singers, what was he? Because was he a singer that did YouTube, or was he a YouTuber that sang and then became a singer? And it's like Talia Ma, Mini Minter's girlfriend. She does a lot of gaming and stuff now, but she also does loads of singing, and I think like if she was going to be known for anything, she prefers to be known as a singer, not a YouTuber. But like, you know, I think it's one of those things where you're right, there is a stigma around, like, especially YouTube rappers, because everyone just calls them YouTube rappers. They're not rappers, they're YouTube rappers. But I think there's a huge stigma around people that do singing and rapping on YouTube. But then you've got to think about people like Justin Bieber, who was discovered on YouTube. Like I said, what was he? Was he a YouTuber turned singer? Or was he a singer that was a YouTuber that became a singer? Like,
I mean, I'm not gonna lie though. Some of this, most of the stigma's deserved. Jake Paul, Rice Gun, Logan Paul. To be fair, Logan Paul's a diss track on Antonio Brown. Kind of a buck. Same as Rice Gun was on Jake Paul. And if you judge me for that, then I don't care.
Yeah, but Vicstar123, here's this track, Ultimate.
Oh my god, yeah, the Punjab.
I've got your mom twerking for my rupees. You're a Korma, I'm a Vindaloo. If he is not a lyrical wordsmith, I don't know what is.
Gosh. So yeah, you've certainly mentioned it though, and this is something I was going to say earlier. Hot take, controversial opinion. English YouTubers, not good.
Ooh, okay.
There's no.
See, no. I don't fall into that category
stop.
because you know, I'm not just English, but you know.
Speak for yourself, bro. I'm English as fuck.
Why? Why aren't they good?
I know my sister's gonna complain now and say like, "Oh, but we're kind of Welsh." But yeah, no, it's just
why aren't we good?
Like, don't say we're good. This podcast is good. But a lot of the stuff that I know you watch, and like I know is out there, it's just like super low effort shit, and I'm not a fan.
Don't roast it. Give me examples, bro. Give me some examples.
Willany, Memulous, I'm Alex, who's a cunt.
Oh, go on. Tell me.
See, I was gonna say a gay slur then, but I feel like Susan's really gonna come at my ass for saying that. So I'll just say that, you know, no, I'm not going to try and dance around it, because I'm going to fail. Yeah, no, Willany, Memeless, all that lot. James Marriott, nah, I'm alright. Pass, hard pass.
Ooh.
The E-Boys, not good. Like I said, it's just low effort, like reading shit on Reddit.
I was going to say, because...
reacting to videos.
Yeah,
like,
right now.
What do they actually, like, do? What's their talent?
I was going to say, right now, you've just gone at the commentary channels. And you're kind of, like, echoing something that Miniminter said on his podcast, which Memulous went after him for, which is that... Miniminter, Simon, he said that he didn't like commentary channels, he hated them. And he said because they get all their fame off someone else's work. Because they're reacting to stuff, they're looking at stuff online, they're not actually making stuff. And I know that caused big uproar in the commentary scene.
I mean, it would, they're sensitive as fuck. God, I'm burning so many bridges. But like, if they did more than just reacting, like a biggest YouTuber, PewDiePie, like he reacts to, like he has like his Lawai series where like he reacts to memes and stuff that his fans have sent him.
Shout out to Jack's Films.
Yeah, and Yai. But like the rest of what he uploads, pretty much, it's just like original. So yeah, no, it's just low effort. I don't know if I'm fully with Simon Miniminter Wedgeman on on like they're getting famous off other people, because that's a bit like that makes it sound like to me that they're just like uploading the other person's work and then passing it off. Like there is some personality required, but I don't think it takes like any skill, like at all. All you really need to do is pick regular-ish intervals and say something. That's about it.
I think it's kind of funny. when I think back to your YouTube channel that you did when you were in sixth form, just was a commentary channel.
See, but I wouldn't react to stuff though.
You.
So I'd like talk about stuff that's happened to me. See, that was like the thing at the time, because that's back when like Pyrocynical and stuff was like Leafy. All of them were like popping. But yeah, no, I think that's completely different, because I was like, you know,
had some smart gameplay in the background.
Yeah, and I was like adding Photoshop stuff, talking about stuff that like I've actually been through. I think I only ever put one clip in ever that wasn't mine. So yeah, like I said, it's just low effort. Like I'm not painting them all with the same brush. Like there's a couple that I watch, but the majority I don't think are it. Just nah. Even I know we spoke about this before. TGF, maybe it's because I've gotten older and I just don't like find them funny no more. But yeah, no.
See, I don't know. I think I do go off personality a lot. I think if I find someone's reactions to stuff, like I love. It's like your flipping Will and E impression, like, you know.
I'm not doing
I was
it.
waiting for you to do it.
I'm not doing it.
You know, I watch Will and E because I like his reactions to stuff, and it's the same with Memulus. But it's just like,
I'm glad you didn't say I'm Alex.
see, I've never really watched his content, to be honest with you.
I'm really glad you didn't say I'm Alex.
Because I remember his voice.
If I could like disown any gays, it'd probably be him.
his accent. I know we can't really talk because you know we're from Birmingham, but like I don't know what it was about his accent, but some of the words you just said just annoyed me. The way he pronounced.
I'm not gonna goof on him for a speech impediment or anything like that. But his actions are just not.
See, that's the thing. It isn't. I think because it's a commentary channel, I like have to like the way they speak for me to engage with it. Like, I wouldn't listen to a podcast if someone had like a really annoying voice, and I don't know what it was, but I think it was just because the way his accent and the way he said words. I don't know. I just couldn't get into his videos.
Hello guys, I'm Alex here. Why am I sticking to that? I said I wouldn't do it.
But he's lost it because when I
had to do it to him.
When I watched some of the E-Boy videos, he doesn't sound like that anymore. Like, he doesn't. But I don't know.
Like I said, he's not a good person.
I want to know why.
You want to know why?
Yeah.
Just look at the long list of people who's accused of being sexual predators. That's why. Not only people, but his friends. That's an entirely different thing. Without evidence, which is lit.
I like how
not total snake. Forget Kevin Durant. I'm Alex Snake.
I like how this started.
And he's got the tongue to match. So
this started as an interview with you about music, and it's just turned to you being like, "I hate the UK YouTube thing." See,
I feel like people are like gonna think this is like, you know, rehearsal, like try to get drama or something. It's not.
We are a YouTube channel with 20 subscribers. We are not doing this to start drama.
We don't like fake anything. We don't say things just for the podcast. Yeah.
See, like, this is the thing. It's like you said that you think the UK YouTube scene, I like it. I like it loads. Will and E.
That's Charlie saying the views held by Sam aren't any of mine.
Because like I prefer the UK to the US. There is a lot more UK YouTubers that I watch compared to US. The majority of US YouTubers I watch are to do with film stuff, to be honest with you. So like D for Darius and Film Riot. But like the only ones of the E-Boys that I didn't watch were James Marriott, I'm Alex. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really know they existed until Memulus and Will and E brought them up when they were talking about them in their old videos. Didn't really watch Alex's content. but I watch him on the E-Boy stuff because his reactions are funny. When he's in a video with Memulus, I don't turn it off because he's in there. I do genuinely think, you know, the content they make together is good, but I don't know. I
No, fuck the E-Boys, man. They did my boy Ironabber. They did him.
Yeah,
Up the
I've seen
ass.
that. But what
Fuck
about
'em.
the Sidemen? You know,
Don't watch them.
but what's your opinion on them? You know, highest UK YouTubers basically. KSI is their biggest UK group, I want to say. I'm not too sure. Don't hold me to that, but
See, the thing with the Sidemen is that they have a budget,
mm.
so I don't know like what they'd be doing if they didn't.
But they what?
But yeah, like I said, I don't really watch them, so all power to them.
I think the thing with that is they
me.
worked for that budget because
Yeah, totally.
yeah, it's one of those like everyone always says like, you know, they made it famous because of KSI, but at the same time, people need to like what you're putting out to watch it. You know what I mean?
I mean that's the thing with like group channels and stuff and like collabs is in a good way, like a circle jerk kind of thing. So if you watch one of them, then there's a good chance you'll like a different one, and that'll just like spread.
I started watching KSI, and then I don't know how, but I stumbled onto Vicstar's content, and I started watching a lot of his stuff. And then from Vic, I saw Simon, and Simon's the one I watched the most, to be honest with you. I don't know what it's a mixture of like his personality and the stuff that he plays and the stuff that he does, like, but I've never really watched Josh's stuff. I watch a lot more of it now. Never really watched Ethan. Never really watched Toby. Never really watched Harry. But now I've started watching more of them. But I like went through a stage when I was in sixth form where I'd just come home and just jump on YouTube and watch YouTube all night, and it primarily would be Simon, sometimes Josh, and a load of camera stuff, really.
I have a Sidemen story actually, and I've told you this. But way back in the day, probably around like 2011, so I'd have been like 12. That was pretend thinking I'm good at maths. I was on a live stream with Vicstar. Not anything like major. Like literally, I was just like in the game with him. But basically, he had like people, you know, he was playing with people, and I joined one of their sessions, so that I was in the game with Vic, and he killed me because I'm pretty sure he used to be like a big like tomahawk ballistic knife kind of person.
That's
like
his
was.
tag in. Oh, my camera stopped recording. That's his tag in Call of Duty, Hawk.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I like took like a huge inspiration from him. He was probably like one of my favourite COD YouTubers back when it was good. And yeah, he killed me. I killed him, and I remember he said something like, "Well, I guess that's payback." But yeah, no, that was really strange for like a young Sam. See, I don't know if there's like a VOD, like a video on demand of it, like anywhere, but that'd be really, really interesting to see if there is.
I am having to do a quick thing right now. I forgot to clear my memory card, before we started recording this. My card just is full, so I am transferring all the stuff to my hard drive as we speak on my laptop. So I can at least say goodbye with my camera on. So sorry for the prolonged technical difficulty screen.
It's alright. They've got my interesting face to look at.
Exactly. But yeah, UK YouTube. I'm a fan.
That is not a mutual opinion.
If you could collab with not a collab, if we could interview one YouTuber, who'd be your top pick?
From the UK?
Yeah, UK. Go on.
That is a great question.
I really thought the audio cut out then. How silent you were.
No. I was just thinking. I mean, I feel like there's only one. Olajide Olatunji, KSI. Just because he's like done so much.
Okay.
Boxing, music, YouTube. Yeah.
It's a good job this thing's got a fast write speed, because it's only going to take about 3 minutes to copy over all the stuff.
I'm guessing your answer's the same.
Yeah, I mean, see, KSI would be my top pick, like you said, purely because of how much he's done, and because I'm a big boxing fan myself, and I'd love to just talk to him about boxing, to be honest.
Yeah.
But
float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. But yeah, no square boy. No boy that likes to suck dildos but insists he's straight. None of them.
what?
Am I right? Oh, you know him. Do I really have to name him? Name and shame.
Yeah.
He hosts a podcast.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know.
Oh.
Why, I man? It's like Will and like Foot and True Geordie, like put dildo.
You know who?
Yeah.
You know who I would want to? Actually, who would you? A YouTuber that you'd want to interview, doesn't have to be UK based. Who would you interview?
See, I'm gonna sound like a clout chaser for this, but I feel like it's got to be PewDiePie. Like I've legit just chosen the two biggest people with the most subs. But no, PewDiePie's not a UK YouTuber. He doesn't have a UK YouTuber mind for starters. Also, he's not from England, so that really helps. But I've watched him for like a decade now, pretty much. So I'd really want to pick his brain, talk about like bro fisting, find out what happened to that.
I've watched PewDiePie for a hot minute now. I remember he played one of my favourite, but also one of my most hated games. Firewatch.
Oh, Firewatch. Yeah.
I love the graphics. I love how it looks.
Even the story's good.
The story is good, but the ending I absolutely hate. Cannot stand that ending. Arguably, for me, one of the worst endings ever.
See, it stuck with me just because I hate the end.
That's the thing. I remember my my wallpaper, my desktop on one of the Media Macs was the Watchtower from Firewatch. Because I loved that game. I loved it, but the ending I could not stand. Oh, that's that over. I can now. Yeah. Okay. I can now. Put my camera back on. I can't believe I forgot to do that.
Speaking of cameras, I've gone sicko mode with mine.
How so?
I'm holding it.
Lord.
Thought I'd give him that nice unsteady close up.
Calm British vlogger.
My Parkinson's disease.
Sam.
I don't have Parkinson's. I just have shaky hands. Why am I doing this? Why am I like? God. Yeah.
Considering we thought we didn't have a long episode, we're on almost an hour and a half.
It's been a crazy one. Sicko mode my bomb.
Yeah.
Bruh.
See, this is the thing. I think like because this whole rebrand, we just talk about flipping anything. And I'm back. I'm back on camera. Hey. I've also set my ISO up, so I'm a bit more brighter.
God, the quality has dropped
What?
throughout this podcast.
What do you mean?
Just watch me.
Oh.
Basically. Just pay attention to me the whole time.
Okay, I know, big circle now, but I think we're kind of coming to the end of the podcast.
Yep.
So, I want to finish off the interview with you. What
Okay.
advice would you give to the people watching the podcast, Sam? A piece of advice, or
One that we've tried to make sure we tell people in every episode. I'm gonna pick the camera up again. Stay inside, please. Like, stay inside. Stay inside.
See, I'm still,
Bro, we can't put this episode out, man. It's fucking
I'm
trash.
still promoting the stay inside thing, but it's driving me crazy.
Yeah, no, because people aren't doing it.
And
like, I feel like it's like the stay inside stuff's like peaked now, where people are like, oh, it's fine. I can go back outside. I'm bored.
we do have that announcement coming Sunday from.
Yeah, well, hopefully it's eased, but also hopefully not.
See, there's rumours going around that you can start entering people's households now and start interacting with up to 10 people.
No, I like that.
But see, because me and Hat went past a group of lads that were riding bikes together earlier, and she was like, "Are you serious?" And I was just like, "I totally agree with you, but at the same time, I wish I was doing that." Because basically, I was with Hat dropping off shopping because we shop for 4 different households. So we went shopping for her aunt because she's can't go outside, so we shopped for her. But
See, this is something coronavirus related that I saw. You know how they're doing like the breaking news bit now on YouTube on the homepage, where you can just like get updates and stuff. Was it Sky News? I think someone did an interview with Gordon Brown, who was the PM like, what was it, 2-3 PMs ago now. And like all the comments were like trashing him because like they think he did a bad job and stuff as Prime Minister, which I don't have an opinion on, and if I did, you'd know it. But he was actually like speaking facts. Like he was saying like we shouldn't really do anything until like we can like properly test, because that's something that we're really bad at right now. I think it's like 1.5% or something of people have been tested. Like, test 100%, then we know who's got it, who should stay at home, who shouldn't.
yeah.
No, I really agree with him that like until testing's like available, then I don't know why we should make any changes, because we don't know who's got it.
I get you.
But yeah, like I said, the video was trashing him, but it's facts. Like
What I was saying to Hat about the guys riding bikes is just like, Hat gets to go to, excuse me, Hat gets to go to work, and she's still living kind of the same life that she was doing before this. She's just having to be more cautious. But I'm just stuck inside, and yeah, I get to go out for like my 1 hour exercise a day, but it's just like I'm losing there's only so much I can do, and as much as I want to go grab my basketball and go to the basketball court down the road, I know I can't. And as like I'm trying to stay within our complex, our apartment complex. So, I'm doing my exercise out there in the garden, the communal garden, not going for a run around the block because I don't want to accidentally bump into someone that's got corona and then it's just like boom. But it's played such a massive thing on people's mental health. It's crazy.
I think I said this away from the podcast, but I think COVID, for better or for worse, is like really gonna change people. Like the amount of germaphobes it's gonna have like spawned now is unreal. Like all the people that are paranoid about touching anything, hand sanitizing anytime, they encounter a person, and that's like it's smart to do, but there's a point where it becomes like obsessive. I'm pretty sure it's on like the OCD kind of spectrum, but I'm not 100%. So don't quote me on that. But yeah, no, I think it's gonna give a lot of people like an unhealthy obsession with germs and stuff. It's gonna make a lot of people want to go outside a lot more. It's also gonna make a lot of people want to stay inside a lot more. So
yeah.
well, I was thinking about this, and I don't know if you agree or not. But I was thinking about all the people that are like missing going to the pub and stuff, and like missing drinking. And I swear, like, if you're missing going to the pub and like drinking, you're an alcoholic.
See,
if like you need to go out, like, yeah, no, that's a problem. Just
I don't agree with that. That you're an alcoholic, because if you were an alcoholic, it wouldn't impact you being at home. You'd miss going to the pub, but there's a difference between missing going to the pub and missing drinking. Because me and Hat have been out shopping, and there's like a man yesterday, sorry, we saw him with 2 crates of 24 cans of Stella and half a loaf of bread in his trolley, and that was it. Like,
half a loaf
of bread. Yeah, they do those. They do half loaves now.
Oh.
But like, see, I miss going to the pub, but I don't miss going to the pub to drink. I miss going to the pub to socialise with people. Like, I don't get to see you that often, so I miss going to the Old Horns, the one that sounds local, going there, playing a couple games of pool and having a couple drinks and chilling out. Same as I miss going to the New Bell, another one of mine that sounds locals, and going and having those chili chips and just having a laugh. But
I will rephrase it then to like the people that like are missing going outside because of the pub and not like anything else.
It's like people. If people are missing drinking, they're not, because they're going out to the shops and they're buying alcohol. Like, I reckon the people that are saying they miss the pubs and stuff like that are people that miss being able to go to a local place to socialise with their friends, like a communal place that everyone can sit and socialise. Because it's like, not everyone's got a pool table. So I know loads of people that are missing going to the pub because they miss going to play pool with their friends and just having a couple drinks there. And like, this is prime beer garden weather. Like, I'd love to be sat in a beer garden with like you, Hat, a couple other people, with a couple cocktails, just having a laugh in the sun. But see, that's what I think a lot of people are missing, because I think if people were missing drink, they'd be going out and doing what that guy was doing and buying 48 cans of Stella. But yeah, because I do.
You raise a fair point.
I miss the pub, but not for the alcohol. I've got plenty of alcohol in the house. But I miss being able to go to that space, because it's like me and you can meet each other halfway there. But I could say, do you want to go to this pub? And it could literally be halfway between me and you. So we all meet up there. You know what I mean? And it's like, I miss being able to go to Spoons and being able to order like a load of food for fairly cheap, a load of pictures for fairly cheap, and just sit and have like a meal with some drinks with like a load of mates just having a laugh. But that's just me.
See, a lot of that is just like missing, like in-person interaction.
Socialising with people. And I think that's what a lot of people mean by they're missing the pub. They don't miss the pub for the alcohol, they miss the pub for that being the social hub, because it is for a lot of people.
Well, if you do miss the pub for the alcohol, that's a problem.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I was trying to say. Because I'm the type where like I'm happy to drink, but if someone said to me like you can never drink again, I'd be like, all right.
See, same.
Cool.
Same. Like, I love my whiskey. I love my whiskey. I love my rum. I love making cocktails. But if someone says to me you can never drink again, if I can still make drinks for people, if I can still make cocktails, then I'll be fine, because I love cocktails because they don't taste like alcohol. So I'll just make mocktails. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't need a drink to have fun, and I don't need a drink to socialise. So it's one of them.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Should we fin
I was
the
gonna say,
episode.
but I think this is where we come to the end.
I'm catching ourselves being boring. So
Talking about alcoholism.
Before I forget,
Plugs?
weekly
Yeah.
plugs. Yeah. I like how this has become like my little bit. But if you've made it this far, don't know how. Firstly, we hope that you like the new format. Secondly, if you've made it this far, we'd really love it if you gave us a subscribe, followed us on any of our social medias. So on Instagram, we've got Storm the Teacup Podcast. On Twitter, it's SIAT Pod. My personal Instagram is Sam Trahan Official. And my Twitter is at Sam Trahan. So at in words as well. And then it's your stuff, Charlie. So you said about what a waste. I don't know if you want to plug that again or.
So my uni project is What a Waste Birmingham, at What a Waste Birmingham on Instagram. You can find our Facebook page as well, What a Waste Birmingham, our website www.whatawastebirmingham.com. If you have a story to tell about you being more sustainable, or if you want to look at ways that you can be more sustainable, we've got plenty of stuff there. There's a totally organic and sustainable candle and wax melt company that we worked with, that is on our Instagram and our website. We've got information coming out about thrift stores and being a more sustainable pet owner. We've got stuff coming out, to keep your eye out for it. Excuse me. My personal Instagram is CharlieMCM20. Excuse me.
Soon to be changed to 21.
I'm not going to change it, no, I don't think.
Whoa.
There's some trouble outside by the looks of it. People are trying to power up a car and they can't jump start it by the look of it. Might have to
hook up the cables to my nipples.
In my hand. But yeah, my visuals account is Visuals by Charlie.
And there he posts like landscape pictures and just honestly, not just saying this because I'm talking to you, really cool photos, I think. So you should give them a look.
I think I got my little
Charlie's visuals is the plug. His visuals man.
But yeah, I've got portraits, landscapes. Shout out Jade. But I've got portraits. GRO. Get rich only. Go give him a follow. But yeah, portraits, landscapes, drone footage. Got it all, babes. Got it all. But my Twitter is Charlie_MCM, and my website is linked in my my Instagram. So it's charliemcm123.wixsite.com/portfolio. It'll also be in the link in the description because it's a bit of a long URL, but I'm a cheap student. I can't afford to buy my own URL. But yeah, that's.
We also have a Patreon.
We do.
And if you're wondering what we offer on there, or if you're wondering what Patreon is, I should probably cover that first. You can basically pledge money to us for like exclusive benefits. So what we're thinking of doing right now is a lot of like behind the scenes stuff. So like we're gonna post screenshots of our notes and stuff. We're thinking about doing like editing live streams, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it'll just be a lot more like immersive if you donate.
You get to see Charlie's madness of an editing format. I am right now.
And how sick of me he gets when he's editing.
You know what? It isn't the podcast though. That's the thing. It's the interviews, because we have to record the interviews with the Skype audio. So.
Mm-hmm.
I have just.
But yeah, that is it.
I've just posted to our Instagram as well for the story, saying that we've recorded. So yeah,
Yeah, baby.
Yeah,
that sounds like our cue to come off.
Yeah.
So I guess from Charlie and myself, we will speak to you whenever. And goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.